rated X. That means you're extra, extraordinary.
Right, so here are our 6 options here. We have Bournemouth Water, Merlin, Flybe, EPS, JP Morgan and AXA Noble. And we believe that the final option here, AXA Noble, is our most suitable one. And the reason for this is we have a representative of the company who is easily contactable, and in addition to this, we believe his experience with working in the business industry is very, very valuable, specifically to our audience.
I was wondering, is it good to take more risks when you have a small business, or does it depend?
It depends how much leverage you have. So, think about risk. When I was at Liquid Capital, for example, they're a trading company, or we were a trading company. Risk was our daily business. We had a whole desk of 50 people running the risk, or evaluating risk. So when it came to one of my jobs was, Alistair, go to Sweden and open an office. There's a few guys here that we reckon could be good traders. Engage with them, get us on the markets, and there you go. There's your credit card, off you go. And I literally went to Sweden on my own and set up the Nordic offices. That's one hell of a risk. We kind of had an insight that it was a good thing to do to kind of corner those markets, but actually setting up there with no testing on that particular marketplace, so it's good to take risks. And we cornered, I think we got 40% of that market within year 1. It failed in year 3, but take that aside, it made a lot of money before they got there. So that was a large business, but it had a lot of fluid money, so we could invest in it. AXA Nobel is a lot more, and it's a private company as well. AXA Nobel has to answer to shareholders. And when you answer to shareholders and you tell them, I've just taken a massive risk over here and spent a lot of money and I can't really justify it, or the business plan is pretty loose, then shareholders get nervous, and then your market share, or your share points drop, and ultimately that affects the shareholders, and everyone's not particularly happy with that. Example at the moment, AXA Nobel, we've been number 1 at sustainability index for 4 years, and we've just dropped to number 2 this year, and the shareholders have gone mad. And why have we done that? It's because certain countries can't demonstrate their sustainability credentials as well as another company now can. So there's been a big drive on re-engaging with that sustainability thing, and we deal with that kind of stuff every day, whether that's stuff in our products, VOCs, right through to kind of how many paper cups we use in the office. So large companies, it depends on where they come from. I would always say that a large company with shareholders will be more risk averse.
How did you think of the organisation of the event?
The organisation was good, good communication. Had a bit of an issue with the actual download of the template, but apart from that, everything else was fine, and we got around that pretty quickly.
That's cool. Did you enjoy the event?
Yes, it was enjoyable. It's interesting actually having the opportunity to step back, think about your career, think about the pros and cons and the details around it. So I found that interesting, a bit of a self-understanding, self-awareness.
Oh, that's cool. It was lovely to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what have you learned from this event today?
I've learned about time management and basically how to risk take within small and large businesses as well. But overall, yeah, it's mostly time management.
I've learned that one-to-one engagement is very important for our business. He said the way he's moved forward is heavily based on engaging with staff and customers, so I'd say that.
I've learned how transferable skills are, because obviously he was in the army and he's managed to take those management skills into the workplace and use them effectively. So that was interesting to see how easily they can be used.
What did you think of Alistair?
Yeah, very, very cool, very engaging. I quite liked how he had an interest in cars and went on and followed that. And it was interesting to see his army background and how he brought that forward into the business world. Yeah.
Well, I think it's quite hardcore, to be honest, like with all the things that he has to deal with, but yeah, he was brilliant. I mean, he's very inspiring as well for what he does and stuff, so yeah.
Thank you very much.
Very informative, clearly knew what he was doing, and definitely have him again.
And is there anything you would have done to improve the event at all?
No, I think everything went smoothly and nice, good timing and everything, yeah.
And is there anything you would have done to improve the event today as well?
I noticed that it was cut short at one point, just maybe more time management. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
So I thought the process was very well organised. We took a while for us to find a suitable guest speaker, but in the end I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Very well organised, very smart, very engaging with the students. So yeah, good.
So the project as a whole, I feel it went quite well. We did have a couple of problems trying to find a guest speaker though. We spent a couple of weeks, the first couple of weeks, actually just contacting people and trying to find someone that would be available. We found Alistair, Summer's father. He came in, he did a great job at presenting. A couple of other problems, I mean, we had a sort of slow start with the video and a couple of other things, but that's to be expected because we needed things to fall in line as we worked. So a slow start was kind of, we all expected that. So as a whole, I think the presentation and the whole project as a whole went really well. It was
The entire project was really fun. It was something quite different. I haven't done anything like it before. The event itself thankfully went really well. Alistair provided with a really interesting presentation. I think everyone really enjoyed it too. The video making process was something quite different, faced a few challenges here and there with like timing and content, but I think it will be a really good one. It was fun editing, and thanks to Ben and Alicia, it's been going quite well so far. The news article was really well written by Ryan and Max. I think that it has a good review of the event and it's finished to a really high standard.
Yeah, I felt the project went well. I felt the talk was very well organised, ran smoothly, and I think we all felt that it went really well. I thought the guest speaker was good as well. He communicated very well, was very engaging for the audience to watch.
I think that the project as a whole was really well organised and ran really smoothly. I think Alistair as a guest speaker was really professional and inspirational and gave the whole seminar group good insight to what our placement year will be like working in a business. The video was like a really different and fun experience. It was quite difficult at times, like filling the whole 15 minutes, but in the end everything worked out well.
So overall with the event, I think the only thing that I was change was the time management, because we fell slightly short of time on the actual day of the event, but other than that I wouldn't change anything. I thought it all went very smoothly and it was very good.
So if I were to do this project again, I would definitely improve my timing. I would get everyone working a little bit earlier, because I personally underestimated the time needed for each of the tasks. So if we started a bit earlier, things wouldn't be left quite so late. And this kind of fits in with the organisation as well. If we were a bit more organised, I think, and maybe more guidance and clear directions for myself could have helped the group. And in terms of the event, it also comes in like being prepared beforehand so that everything runs smoothly in the end.
Yeah, if we were to do the project again, I think it would just be more on a timing issue. Right at the end, we didn't quite get to everyone's questions, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but apart from that, I wouldn't change much if I did it again.
So if I had to change anything, I probably would be the timing, because I think we started the video quite late and we should have stopped filming a lot earlier, because then when it came close to the deadline we were a bit stressed out on what we should include and how we should structure.
I thought the project manager was brilliant. She constantly communicated very well with all of the group, and she was always keeping on top of everything as well. And with regards to the rest of the group, I thought they were brilliant. Alicia and Ben done particularly well with the video, and everyone was on hand to help when they could.
Okay, so our group leader was Ryan, and he did a really good job at leading by example. And what I mean by that is that he introduced our presentation, he spoke in our video, and those two things is really, well, and a couple of other, just leading an example, leading in general. He sort of motivated the rest of us to be on that level and just to get working and to, you know, to perform at his level. So Ryan was a really good team leader in that sense. And Nafisa, our PM, our project manager, who was sort of overlooking the project, she did a really good job at organising us all, making sure we were all working, keeping on our shoulders and keeping us working and tying it all together, which was really good.
So I think that my PM and team leader were very helpful and organised. They organised a lot of group meetings where they kept up to date on like how well we were doing and gave us good feedback, and yeah.
My team worked really well together, we got along straight away, we didn't have any personal difficulties, though we had a few problems with attendance to begin with, but we resolved that throughout the process. Since everyone got along, it was easy to distribute roles, everyone had a fair amount to do, and I think everyone contributed really well.
So I thought when communicating throughout the whole process we had to be very formal with each other, obviously with the emails we sent and in person, and I thought as a group we dealt with that extremely well.
One of the challenges for myself was professional communication through email, as we had to get balance between it being too formal or too casual. As we were approaching someone we didn't know, we had to provide context in terms of DMC, why and what we're doing, but also not give them too much, but enough information so they understand what is required from us. It took a few drafts, but I think we ended up with a good email at the end. So this part of the project has taught me how to approach someone, but in like a nicer way, and so that it isn't going directly to the point and being a bit harsh of requesting something.